8:50, everybody. And lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs did not give up their fight to get him free on bail. They plan to file paperwork with the Second Court of Appeals to overturn yesterday's ruling, which sent the music mogul back to the Brooklyn lockup, where he will remain until his next court hearing.
So in the meantime, the hip-hop community is reacting to Diddy's downfall.
You're speechless.
I'm very speechless.
You're speechless.
Because, I'm just sad. I'm sad that he is someone that I deeply respected. I'm saddened that his choices have impacted not only the people that loved him, but his legacy for the culture.
So this morning, we are joined by the co-host of the Trigger Warning podcast, hip-hop journalist and music industry insider, Kim Osorio. So good morning, Kim. Thanks for taking the time.
Good morning.
It is amazing what a difference a year makes, right? Yes. Last September, Diddy was on the MTV Music Awards being recognized as a global icon. Now look at him. He's facing some serious allegations, possible a lifetime in prison. Can you imagine that it would even come to this?
I don't think anyone imagined that. I mean, you said last year he was receiving that award. He got the key to the city here in New York. A year later, here we are. He's arrested in federal, no bail.
Yeah, Kim, you're a hip-hop journalist, right?
Yeah.
You've been around Diddy. You've kind of followed his career. You watched as he built his empire. So what did you see in those moments, right? And just kind of covering him overall. Were there these rumbles and rumors of a temper and of these freak-off parties as your kind of covering him went on?
I have to admit, I never heard of the freak-off parties until this indictment.
Yeah.
We hear a lot of things in hip-hop. We hear rumors of violence, and we see things, it breaks in the news, we're following things closely. But ultimately, for us in the hip-hop community, we looked up to Diddy. He was an icon. He had a legacy. He created, so much great music and content and, apparel that I think this is a big stain on our culture right now to find out these things. A lot of people are really shocked, even though they may have been aware of some incidents.
With the temper.
The temper, right. A lot of people are shocked. They were shocked when the Cassie video came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of people and a lot of men within the hip-hop community that didn't really want to accept the fact that she was out there filing this lawsuit saying these things about him and that he had done these things to her until they saw it.
Yeah, and before Cassie, there was Kim Porter and many others rumored to have these violent relationships. Do you think that there will be more women or even men that will be coming forward as this case continues forward?
I do hope people have the strength to come forward. My heart goes out to the victims that had to endure what they had to endure. It's not easy to come forward. It's not easy to talk about these things. It's embarrassing for a lot of people. And I think just, even filing these lawsuits that we're starting to see now, the courage, I believe, that is coming, that we're seeing from the victims is really they feel like they can do it now because other people have come forward. And it's giving them, that freedom to say, okay, it happened to, I don't want to use the term, but me too, right? So I do think we will see more, but I still think it's very tough. I think a lot of victims suffer in silence and they don't want to say anything.
Yeah. And you mentioned the stain on the community, right? And like we said, global icon, key to the city, built this empire. You talked about the empire, right? But while all of that was going on, this allegedly was also going on at the same time, right? And he surrounded himself with obviously a number of people to build that empire. So what do you think about folks who may have known of these alleged actions but kept quiet?
I think it's disgusting, Dan. I call it an enable culture. And Diddy had a lot of power, a lot of money, and there were a lot of people around him. And I feel like the behavior was enabled and it started to grow and get worse. And that's really where I think the bigger problem is within the hip-hop community. I feel like we need to look within. We need to police ourselves before it gets to this.
But is there a fear of policing yourselves because hip-hop was kind of shut out for so long?
Good point. I do feel like that may be part of the reason why people don't want to say anything. They feel like they just want to stay away. Again, speaking out is not easy, but there are checks and balances, and we do it, and sometimes we're very selective with who we do it to. So I think we need to look within ourselves and say, wait a minute, this is not going to go down within our community.
Yeah, and hopefully there will be positive changes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kim, thanks for taking the time to
Thank
speak
you
with us
guys.
this morning.
Thank you
Good
for
to have
having
you
me.
here.